I'm sure you've heard the news. The world can change in an instant, and when it does, only those who are truly prepared will make it through. If you want to know the top 10 foods that could literally save your life in an apocalypse, you're in the right place. Hit subscribe to Aten History right now and share this channel with anyone who refuses to settle for surface-level survival tips. What you're about to learn isn't just entertainment. It's the kind of knowledge that could mean the difference between surviving and not. This is practical, battle-tested information that has kept people alive through sieges, collapses, wars and famines. Let's dive in. Hard grains like wheat berries and barley were the backbone of long-term survival. Whole grains in their intact form can last decades when stored dry and protected from pests. Medieval Europe survived repeated crop failures largely because stored grain could be milled when needed. Wheat berries and barley can be ground into flour, boiled into porridge, or fermented. In practical terms, storing whole grains today means sealing them in airtight containers with oxygen absorbers and keeping them away from moisture. A hand mill turns these ancient calories into daily food, even without electricity. Rice has quietly fed collapsed societies more than any other food in history. And, well, it's white rice, not brown. That's the historical survivor. Brown rice, you see, spoils due to its oils, while white rice, if stored properly, can last, 25 to 30 years. Entire populations in Asia endured famine cycles by stretching rice with water, legumes, and wild greens. Practically speaking, rice can be cooked over open fire with minimal fuel, combined with beans for complete protein, or even ground into flour if necessary. Dried beans and lentils turned famine into endurance. Beans appear in nearly every survival record because they offer protein, fibre and minerals without refrigeration. Lentils cook faster, making them fuel-efficient during shortages. Historically, beans were soaked overnight, reducing cooking time and improving digestion. In modern survival terms, soaking and pressure cooking saves fuel, while rotating stock prevents spoilage. Combined with grain, beans provide amino acid balance critical for long-term health. Salt was once more valuable than gold for a reason. Salt preserved meat, fish, vegetables and even dairy. Roman soldiers were paid in salt allowances because it meant survival. Without salt, food spoils quickly and the human body deteriorates. Practically, salt enables drying meat into jerky, fermenting vegetables like sauerkraut, and preserving fish. A few kilograms of salt can multiply the lifespan of every other food you store. Honey, you know, remains edible forever and actually doubles as medicine. Archaeologists have even found edible honey in ancient Egyptian tombs. It never spoils thanks to its low moisture content and antibacterial properties. Historically, honey was used to preserve fruit, treat wounds, and, well, to maintain energy during times of scarcity. In practical terms, crystallized honey can be gently warmed and used as a calorie-dense sweetener, a wound dressing, or even as a barter item when sugar is unavailable. Dried meat and fish, believe it or not, sustained armies and explorers for centuries. From pemmican, used by indigenous North Americans, to dried fish in Viking settlements, protein preservation was absolutely essential. Meat that's dried properly becomes lightweight, nutrient-dense, and shelf-stable. In practice, lean meat sliced thin and dried over low heat or in the sun can last for months or even longer, provided it's protected from moisture. Fat can be added later, extending calories while, importantly, avoiding rancidity during storage. Fermented foods, though often overlooked, quietly prevented mass death throughout history. Sauerkraut, kimchi, fermented grains and yogurt saved countless lives by preventing scurvy and gut failure. Sailors, in particular, learned this lesson the hard way. Fermentation only requires salt, time, and clean containers, not electricity. In practice, fermenting cabbage or other vegetables during harvest seasons preserves vitamins and introduces probiotics, which help maintain digestion during monotonous diets. Fats and oils were honestly the hardest survival resource to replace. You see, calories really matter in a collapse, and fat provides more than twice the energy per gram than carbohydrates. Historically, lard, tallow, olive oil and butter were absolutely prized survival staples. Properly rendered animal fats can last for months, even years, if you store them cool and sealed. And in use, fats actually improve nutrient absorption and help prevent dangerous weight loss during prolonged scarcity. Dried fruits delivered critical vitamins when nothing else was available. Sailors carried dried citrus peels, figs and apples to avoid scurvy. Drying concentrates nutrients while reducing spoilage risk. Practically, fruits can be sun-dried or dehydrated, then stored airtight. Even small quantities prevent vitamin deficiencies that historically killed more people than starvation itself. Hardtack and survival breads were designed to be nearly indestructible. Hardtack was used by armies for centuries because it could survive heat, moisture fluctuations, and time. Made from flour, water, and salt, it becomes rock-hard but edible when soaked or boiled. Practically baking low-moisture bread creates an emergency calorie source that can last years when sealed properly. Why this knowledge still matters now. History teaches that collapse rarely announces itself politely. Those who endure are those who understand fundamentals. These foods are not about comfort. They are about continuity of life, health, and stability when systems fail. The difference between panic and resilience has always been preparation grounded in proven knowledge. If you found this guide valuable, subscribe to Aten History for serious historical insight that actually teaches something worth knowing. Share this video with fellow history buffs and survivalists who care about substance over noise. The past has already written the survival manual. Our job is to read it before we need it.